Malopkin. Welcome, my name is George, and today I'm going to share a personal experience I had. Well, when I was in school, as you probably know and as you have probably experienced as well, I didn't have the best teachers at school, especially language teachers. I remember English was the only subject I was never expecting to have because I really hate it. And I really hate it, trust me. I was never even considering studying any other language because of those negative experiences. I just know that I didn't have good experiences at school. When I was in secondary school, that was a subject I used to hate the most because it was really frustrating not to understand a word. I remember when I was in secondary, almost at the end, I heard about a school and I was recommended to study there. I just remember, just to give it a try. And when I was there, the first day I was very nervous. I didn't have a very optimistic perspective, so to call it. And by the time the teacher entered, he started teaching. He was very professional, and I remember it was different. It was like whoa. Now I understand what he's talking about. So it was a very nice experience. He started teaching, the traditional topic for English, which is the verb to be. And I was like, well, I know what's coming, and I know what kind of frustrations or questions I'm going to have, like usual. So I remember I just decided to pay attention anyway, and it was different. He was really good at it. I even remember I understood the difference between he, she, and its right away, and he even wrote some weird symbols which turned out to be, like the phonetic writing, which I understood those symbols like 5 years later when I started studying the bachelor. But he was very patient, and whenever something was not clear, like the last source, he used to speak in English, in Spanish I mean, and he was really passionate, about teaching. So that's when the motivation started. And I had some other teachers, some of them really good, some others bad. And in the last 3 levels, he was my teacher. The last 3 months, he was my teacher. And it was a B2 level. We were supposed to speak English, and he was a really good one. I mean, I felt really happy to achieve the level I had when he was my teacher again. And as a student, that was a very motivating experience. As a teacher, that was motivating as well, because as a student I found the motivation I needed to reach a higher level. I don't consider to have the perfect level, but part of the motivation and the effort I made was thanks to him. He spent some time in Africa, as far as I knew, and he also spoke Swahili, which is why I'm also into Swahili. And as a teacher, this is really cool, because as a teacher you can also realize what kind of attitudes work in a class, and what kind of what kind of outcome you can get from your students when you are patient, when you know what your student is going through, when you understand the situation. Because especially if both of you have the same mother language or first language, you understand what the person is going through. And if you find ways to make the person understand the language and to work on it, you have a very satisfying result. So as a student, from student to student, I consider it's important to appreciate what your teacher is doing for you, because many of them give it a try, and many of them try really hard. And as a teacher, from teacher to teacher, well, this is a very clear example of why we are not only teaching something, like a language in this case, many of us, but also how important you can impact on a student. And well, I think it's important to do your best, not only as a teacher but also as a student. I mean, as both of them, because the only way and well, this is the conclusion I come to, I can draw on. Teaching is not, I mean, you can have the best teacher, but if your student gives her best, things are going to work very well. So yeah, I think it is important to do your best as a student and as a teacher, because when that happens, a lot of positive results take place, So well, and I also want to take this opportunity to thank this person, to thank this teacher I had, because thanks to him, I think I am who I am. So it is very cool, to remember him, because he was a very memorable person. All right, that's the question of the day is for students. Do you have any similar experiences? I mean, any teacher you remember, you appreciate because he or she was very memorable? And for teachers, to what extent does your teaching influence your students, or has your teaching influenced your students? Leave it in the comments. I'll be checking them. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe and to leave a comment. I'll be checking them. I'll see you in the next episode. Kanantaba.